All right, from the beginning. My name's Friday. I carry a badge.
Now on Xfinity 187.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hi, I'm John Mallis, and welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Friday morning. Aren't you glad that it's Friday already? Hey, it is a community day here on Connect with Me. We're going to talk to two people that are in charge. They actually run this place. It's called the Valley Caregiver Resource Center. Your questions for seniors, maybe even caregivers, 436 MeTV. You know by now, you don't have to wade through that message. It's long, very difficult to listen to. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, 436 MeTV, option 11. Back in just a moment.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
And welcome back again here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV. And I was glad to have that Bullard 11-year-old all-star baseball team in here. They won the championship, of course, a couple of months ago in Utah. We had the entire team in here. They were Valley champions, and glad to have them along with their coaches. That was a fun show. Today, though, we're going to talk about a serious topic, and that is trying to take care of a senior, either at home or someplace else. And also, you know, there can be a lot of stress and certainly a lot of pain for the person who is the caregiver of any senior, whether it's your mother or your father, perhaps some grandparents, maybe an aunt or an uncle that has suffered a stroke. Maybe they're going through a period where perhaps they're showing signs of Alzheimer's at this point. Anyway, let's roll the videotape and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Enter the Valley Caregiver Resource Center. This place has been around 25 years, located at Blackstone and Dakota. They've got about 30 people on staff to help you out. 4 different programs for seniors, but they also have programs for caregivers. Now let me explain this. If you have a senior at home, like a mother or a father, and you need time to go to the store, the bank, or whatever, they can provide a caregiver for a couple of hours until you get your errands done or your chores. You want to go to the bank, who knows, maybe you want to go take swimming lessons. They provide that service. As for the seniors, they provide Medicare counseling, and let me tell you, that can be very complex in this day and age to explain it to an old person, to a young person, to anybody. Medicare is a very complicated issue. I think we kind of all agree on that. They also give long-term counseling. They help with bills, I should say, and prescription drugs. All the services there are limited to a certain extent. There is a big fundraiser coming up on October the 25th at Wolf Lakes Park. We understand it's sold out, but perhaps we can help you guys out, maybe get some tickets. We'll see. Live in our studio right now is Susana Rodriguez, to your screen left. She is the program manager, and Michele Mastro. She is the executive director. Both have been guests here before. They were here a year ago. We'll talk to them about all of their services. And certainly this is it's a pretty serious topic today. We're talking about senior care and caregivers. I did it myself, both my parents. Very difficult and arduous time in anyone's life to go through that stage, of course, both for the senior and for the caregiver. And our phone number, as usual, 436 MeTV, option 11. Don't wade through the message. Let your fingers do the walking. We're back in just a moment.
Remember me?
After practicing law, Raymond Berg fought crime.
You have the right to an attorney.
As a hard-boiled detective on wheels,
Ain't it the truth?
his name is Ironside.
Perhaps you wouldn't mind saying it again.
His name is Ironside.
All right, now you've said it.
Nothing slows him down.
I want to see this one firsthand.
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
What are we waiting for?
Welcome back to the program on this Friday morning, talking about, of course, a very serious topic. And we got to put a smile on our face, though, because, you know, at some point in our lives, we're all going to get to that stage of being a senior, unless something happens early in life, which we hope it doesn't. And then someone's going to end up taking care of you, whether it's a relative. And if you don't have anybody left, then it's going to be someone else, perhaps strangers. But there is a place here in town that can help out, both the caregiver and the seniors. Susana Rodriguez, how are you? Good to see you again. Michele Mastro, I'm very pleased to have you both here in the studio. You were here last year. So let me ask you something. You know, I mentioned this in the monologue. Am I right about Medicare? Isn't it just
It's definitely a maze.
It's a maze, is it not?
Correct.
For anyone to understand,
Correct.
even if you're experienced in the field. Is that correct?
Right. It changes all the time. And we have professionals that can help them through it, and they do it one-on-one sessions with them, so we can really help facilitate the process and make it easy for the seniors.
Give us some idea of what complexities are involved with Medicare and what the maze is all about. Because, here's one thing I've heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you know this, Susana. But someone told me that if you turn 65, you qualify for Medicare, but if you don't take it and then you take it later on, you get penalized. Is that true?
Correct. So there is a time that you have to enroll. We have open enrollment actually next month. So this is a perfect question for those that are now coming to retirement and looking at applying for Medicare benefits. That definitely is a question that our counselors can provide and sit down with the Medicare beneficiary, just understanding what their benefits are, not only in regards to looking at what benefits they have currently, or there's changes also with health, and especially with prescription drug coverage,
all the
which
time,
can be complex. Also, there's questions too at times of what if there is, unfortunately, we have experienced maybe in the community Medicare fraud.
Oh, that's a big one too.
So just understanding your bill statements, and so this can definitely be something we can direct the beneficiary as well for advocacy, and that's part of also the role of.
Let me delve into both of those areas. First of all, so let me get this straight now. If you're 65, you need to draw Medicare. Otherwise, if you wait until you're 70 and you want to draw it, what happens?
So there is going to be some penalty to be able to get to the services.
Financial penalty?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
how much do you know?
I don't know, but we definitely can connect the audience.
Connect the dots when you get in there.
With the insurance advocacy counseling counselor to be able to sit down with that individual to make sure.
And how many people are really aware of that, Michele? I mean, I wasn't aware of it. I'm nowhere near 65, but at the same time, when you're in your 50s, you start thinking about these things. So how many people actually know that you've got to apply for Medicare when you're 65, or else you're going to be in trouble later on?
Well, the fortunate and unfortunate part of that is that you have a lot of insurance companies that are promoting it. You'll see the large ads in the newspapers trying
Television,
to get seniors, and so they provide the information they have. And that's one thing I just want to mention too, that we provide unbiased counseling. We're not a sales insurance company.
You're not a sales rep.
No.
Okay.
And seriously, a client can come in and they sit down with a counselor and get Medicare on the line and go through the process step by step. When you look at it too, John, there's probably, let's say if there's 900,000 people in Fresno County, they're estimating there's about 90,000 people over the age of 65.
In Fresno County?
Right.
Drawing Medicare?
Well, they should be, yes.
They should be.
Right. And so when you look at those numbers, that's what drives us, is when you think of how many seniors are really out there that need to be reached.
See, this applies to our viewers because a lot of our viewers, I'm not going to say all of them, and I really don't know what the percentage is, they watch MeTV, all the old programs that we grew up with, like Gunsmoke and Star Trek and Batman and all. These are the core people of our audience that we're actually talking to today because they're baby boomers. They're either there or getting close to being there. So Medicare is probably, and Social Security, although you don't deal with that, Social Security and Medicare are probably the two main programs that you need to focus on as you get up there, right?
Correct.
And the other part of it, you said something very important. With baby boomers, we're going to see an increase of caregiving
Yes.
in our community. And so with that, this is the other program that we also provide services for the caregiver in the community. For those that are in caregiving for an older adult or dependent adult, there's many, but specifically with our grants that we're able to provide for those that are 60 and older, or specifically that have suffered a brain impairment after the age of 18.
Yeah.
So there are many in our community that might be in a caregiving role, and now this is just part, you've touched on a very key understanding, and part of the caregiving is understanding their health coverage, not only for the patient, but also for them as a caregiver.
I also want to get into Medicare fraud and what that constitutes right after this call here. Good morning. You're on with the two guests. Your question, please.
My question is, my mother she's getting up there, and I'm wondering if the Social Security income check that she's going to receive, is this going to be satisfactory? Is there going to be money enough to look after her in a proper way when the time comes in and I can't look after her anymore? Is it cause for alarm? She's in her late 70s, early 80s. I'm not sure. I think it's about 80, something like that. So tell me, am I going to need to worry? Is now a good time to start worrying? Is there going to be enough money, her income from SI, is it going to be satisfactory for her inclusion in a program such as your own?
Well, to qualify for our program, you just need to be taking care of someone when we're talking about the caregiver situation. But honestly, we're only able to provide respite for maybe 4 hours a week. So her Medicare...
And respite meaning you provide services at home for a couple of hours if you want to run some errands.
Right. We have subcontractors, home agencies, home care agencies that have their own staff license that go out into the home. But seriously, that's only maybe 4 hours a week, and maybe we could do that 2 or 3 months, just depending on funding. But if you're just going to rely on her Medicare benefits, then no, that won't be enough. And you have to start looking at it now, putting things in place. It may be getting family members or having discussions, consultations with each other to see how to meet the needs as they come up.
Okay, I want to talk more about your program, maybe your fundraiser, and Medicare fraud specifically. We'll get into that topic. 436 MeTV. Hey, we're talking about, Medicare. We're talking about senior care. We're talking about caregivers. We're talking to you today, and you may fall into that category. A lot of our viewers out there are baby boomers watching all of our old programs here when you're not watching Connect with Me. We're back. 436 MeTV. Option 11 is the number.
When you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
We have a phone call here on Connect with Me this morning, talking about, of course, the Valley Caregiver Resource Center. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your question?
Yeah, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. What about yourself? It's Friday.
Oh, I just got, I am so confused, like the two that you have there. I'm only 52.
Okay.
I have a neuropathy due to diabetes.
All right.
And it's just all the programs. I've been down there to fill out a lot of forms. But I'm just confused about the Medi-Cal, Medicare, all those.
Now, wait a minute. When you say you've been down there, you've been down to the Valley Caregiver Resource Center?
Right, down there at Blackstone in Dakota.
All right. What do you
He's not mentioning VCRC. He's probably been to the Medi-Cal office, or that's different.
All right. Tell us what you're confused about.
All of the forms I have to fill out and how long it takes.
Who wants to pick this up?
Okay. The program that you probably have contacted is our Senior Resource Center, which houses Medi-Cal. I would suggest to to actually contact the Medi-Cal office, and you can actually either do, now the application's online, you can actually sit down with a Medi-Cal worker to be able to go through the application. I think that would definitely be, for at least the Medi-Cal application and services, I would suggest for you to actually make an appointment or visit that department.
I think you already have you already done that?
Yes, pretty much, yeah. I did fill out the 10 pages, and I just sent it in last week.
Okay.
So this is just very
confusing
recent.
on which one I'm going to get and what it actually contains, how much benefits, and boy, it just... And I called up, and of course it takes 20 hours to get through to them.
What's your suggestion for this gentleman? What should he do next? He filled out all the papers. He's still confused. Should he go back down there?
Yes, he should go and make another appointment with the Medi-Cal office.
Okay. And this is specifically for Medi-Cal? Are you there?
No, I think it was Medicaid or...
Medi-Cal.
It
In
would be
California,
Medi-Cal. Yeah,
it's
it's
Medi-Cal.
Medi-Cal.
Because I'm only 53, that's the problem.
Okay. All right. So if it's Medi-Cal, I guess, our guests today are suggesting that you go back down to, is it...
the Medi-Cal office
Medi-Cal
there at
office
the Senior
there.
Resource Center.
Yeah, Senior Resource Center. And maybe get some clarification about what's going on as far as the contracts that you signed are concerned.
Because once, now that you've just mentioned, this just happened last week, you will be receiving notification of you being able to qualify for the program, and also once that there is a notification, you will be assigned a social worker. So at this time, just so you can be cleared, I would suggest to definitely go down to the office.
So you're clear on that? Is that okay?
I think that'll work.
Okay, yeah.
Or the social officer will come to my house.
I'm not sure about that. No, you've got to go back down there, sir, I think, and make another appointment with that whoever you talk to.
Clarify everything.
Just clear everything up. Just make sure you understand what you signed, and make them explain it to you, right?
Correct.
They have to explain it to you so you understand.
Correct.
All right.
Just because I am on disability, and it's hard to get down there, and it's mostly until I'm pretty much confined to my home.
I understand. And
That's the hard part about it.
I know. That's part of what we're talking about today. It's difficult when you get up there, even in your late 50s. I mean, if you're disabled,
it's the neuropathy that's killing me. Yeah, because I can barely walk.
We got to go, but good luck to you down there. Just
Well,
make another
thank you very
appointment.
much,
Thank
and
you.
I'm glad
Okay.
you're there, and I appreciate you being on the
All right.
TV.
Got to run. Thank you very much. Good luck. And let me ask you. I know you don't specialize in the Medicare department, but I need to ask you about fraud. How rampant is it, first of all, and what constitutes Medicare fraud? What do you have to do? I mean, who's committing this fraud? Is it the people like you and I, or is it the insurance companies? Who's committing the fraud? I don't even know.
Go ahead.
What, for example, it could be both. It could be providers. It could be individuals, recipients
Okay.
who are claiming benefits, and actually, one example would be here. I have as a beneficiary, I have durable equipment, and I'm selling my equipment.
Yeah.
That would be one example.
Are insurance companies in on this too sometimes?
I wouldn't be able to say yes or no to that.
Okay.
I feel that our program manager with our Medicare would be able to give you more specific about what comes in through the Medicare. I'm just thinking of certain cases that I do have some knowledge that there were some providers that were actually obtaining individual Social Security to be able to claim Medicare claims, and this was
false claims.
Yeah,
false claims.
So that would be one example of what I've recently some cases that came in.
You were going to say something?
We have a specialist on our high cap staff that is for Medicare fraud, that she goes out and does presentations and speaks and has been trained. So if anyone has any concerns or questions, to just
call your office at what number?
That number is 224-9177.
And ask for who?
17, I'm sorry.
Say that again then.
224-9117.
And ask for?
Ask for Patty Bauer.
Patty Bauer. Okay. I know we got to go to break, but I want to turn to the monitor and go to the videotape real quick and show some videotape of this Valley Caregiver Resource Center. And it's going to come up, I think, between now and the year 2015. There it is. There it is. So what are we looking at here, Michelle?
This is our great adult day program. It's called Oasis, and it's for people who have all different levels of dementia or Alzheimer's.
Okay.
As you can see, it's very bright. It's innovative. We do great programs that keep them active and have them keep their dignity and respect. And,
right.
It's just an amazing program.
How many patients are we looking at in here?
They're called clients, to be honest.
Okay.
Because it's just a drop-off day program, and we're probably.
And how many hours are they there during the day usually?
We're open from 7:30 to 5:30, but the average is probably about 6 hours a day, and they have lunch and here they're playing noodle ball, and they love it. They just
That's
watch,
great.
Yes.
Stimulating for the mind, right?
Exactly, and that's what we want. We want to give our seniors a time to connect, no matter what level of care they need.
So this is just one of the services that the Caregiver Center provides for senior citizens if they have any medical issues, right?
Not medical.
Well, you know what I mean.
Right, but just so we just don't want people to think there's different programs that handle specific health issues, such as if they're diabetic or they're on oxygen. We're not able to do that, but anything else we can.
Such as dementia.
Dementia. We specialize with dementia and Alzheimer's.
Dementia
and not all of
Alzheimer's,
our clients are over the age of 60. Some are younger. It just depends.
And you have to be over the age of 50 to qualify for this, or
60 to qualify, or with any type of Alzheimer's or dementia.
Okay, great. All right, thank you. And we're going to be back with more of our show here at Connect with Me, 436-MeTV, option 11, if you want to call in and join in on the conversation.
1 Adam 12.
This is Adam 12. It stars Martin Milner as Officer Pete Malloy, Kent McCord as Officer Jim Reed.
1 Adam 12, roger.
This black and white patrol car has an overhead valve V8 engine. It develops 325 horsepower at 4,800 RPMs. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. It has a top speed of 120 miles an hour. The automobile has 2 shotgun racks, one attached to the bottom portion of the front seat, one in the vehicle trunk.
You want me to drive?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Back here on Connect with Me, we've got a phone call right off the bat. Good morning. You're on with the guest and your question. Hello, are you there, caller?
Hello?
Turn down the sound.
Yes,
turn down the sound on your TV. Yeah, turn down the sound on your TV. Hello, are you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Turn down that sound on your TV if you could, please.
There's no sound. Yes, I only have a question. I want to get information about how to get a TV show with you guys. If just want to see the prices and everything for it.
Okay.
Like half an hour or something.
All right. Yeah. All right. Anyway, we're talking about the Valley Caregiver Resource Center. We got another piece of videotape that we want to look at right here, and go ahead and roll it. You can tell us what we're looking at here, Michelle and Suzanne. It's right up there. What's going on here?
They're just playing another game.
Okay.
This one's a brain teaser because, like I said, we have different levels of clients, and it's amazing what they can do. In this one program, we have another separate one. It's called our PALS program, and these are people who have dementia, but they're higher functioning. So they come in, they read the newspaper, they go over current events, they even walk over to the cantina for lunch. So it's people who have a need, but it's not as great as maybe perhaps some of the individuals in this group.
I see. What happens if someone comes in, they want to qualify for the program, they got to be over 60, they need to fill out the paperwork, they don't have a relative or even a friend that can help them with that, yet they're showing signs of dementia. What do you do in that situation? That's a tough one, huh?
Well, you know, it doesn't happen that often. Usually they have caregivers. People at that point, they're not taking care of themselves.
Okay.
By the time they come and enroll in our program, they have a caregiver, a family caregiver.
Okay.
And I just want to mention, too, that this program is not free, that we do have to
what does it cost?
charge. It's about $11 an hour, but because of our grant funding, it equals to maybe $5.50. So if someone can pay for 4 hours, we can usually give them 4 additional hours.
So you're looking at what, $20 an hour, let's say, at
11.
$11 an hour. Okay, $11 an hour on average.
Mm-hmm.
So if you round it off to 10, if you're there 4 hours, that's like $40, $50, something like that.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's a great program, and we pretty much can fit into anybody's budget. We
Yeah.
want to make it work.
Affordable is what you're saying.
Right.
Affordable.
Our
Okay.
caregivers need that break too.
Yeah. And how many people actually use your center? Say a day, a month? Is it constantly full, Susanna?
Are you talking about the adult day
resourcing.
program?
Yeah,
Or
the adult day program.
The adult day program, we're full at this time?
We're about 23, between the two programs, it's probably about 33 a day. 33
Okay.
We have room in there.
Name all the programs that you've got. 4 different programs.
Okay, we have the Caregiver Resource Program,
Correct.
which we talked about.
Right.
The High Cap Health Insurance Counseling and Advocacy
Right.
Program. We have the Oasis/PALS program for people, the Adult Day program. And then we have the Ombudsman program, which Susanna is the program manager for.
Talk a little bit about the Ombudsman program and what that's all about. I'm familiar with it, but go ahead and tell our audience.
I'm the program manager for the Fresno Madera Ombudsman program, which we
Okay.
have jurisdiction for Fresno County and Madera County. We are advocates for residents in long-term care facilities. This includes residential care facilities for the elderly,
Right.
skilled nursing facilities, as
Nursing
well,
homes,
which
basically.
also another
Yeah.
term used, nursing homes, convalescent homes, but licensing is looked at skilled nursing facilities. We have also a federal and state mandate to investigate elder and dependent abuse in
Okay.
other licensed long-term care facilities.
I want to continue that conversation after the phone call. Quick, you're on the air. What's your question?
Your guests, the program that they're representing today, is there an assessment or an evaluation person on staff if the would-be patient or client is on the border? Can that somebody there do an assessment and say, yeah, dementia is starting to creep in to their behavior?
Okay.
I'm just wondering.
Okay, got it. So borderline case, you get a lot of those?
And to be honest, not that often, but
Okay.
I would
think I kind of touched on that earlier, right?
And I think
Yeah.
if someone is interested or thinking that their loved one might be going down that path, then definitely give us a call, and we
Right.
could just help them navigate it before it starts.
Now, you're in charge of the Ombudsman program, and before the call you were talking about that, and how much elder abuse goes on in the Central Valley? More than we would like to admit?
What we look at in regards to long-term care is oftentimes more of the complaints that we receive are related to residents' rights violations or empowering our residents to know
What about
that
physical, mental abuse? Is that going on?
we do have a percentage that due to confidentiality, I can't disclose the specific cases, but we do have some cases.
No, I'm not asking you to name
yes.
names,
no,
but
there is a percentage that we
like
do
what's
see
the
a
percentage?
physical.
20%, 30%?
I wouldn't be able to give you a specific percentage
Right.
in
right.
either county.
Would it be a stretch to say that it's not rampant though, right?
No, that would be a concern, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would
definitely be a
yeah.
concern, and that's what our role is, to monitor the
But it
safety
does
and
go
welfare.
on,
But
and
there
we
is.
have to be aware of it.
Yes.
And what constitutes abuse? Would it be food deprivation, sleep deprivation,
So we're looking
mental abuse, physical abuse? I mean, all of the above, or
All
what?
the above. It can be
Okay.
physical abuse, mental suffering. It could be abandonment, isolation, neglect.
Right.
As well, financial abuse. We do see, unfortunately,
Can they
many
report
of
this
our
to you, to your office?
mandated reporters in all
Okay.
licensed facilities are mandated reporters and are required to report
Okay.
abuse to the Ombudsman program or law enforcement.
So if you're seeing this anywhere with one of your relatives, a senior, report it to you, and your number again before we run out of time. Quick.
224-9177.
Okay, and contact you. Fundraiser takes place on October the 25th. This takes place at the Wolf Lakes Park, and sold out already. Anybody can they get tickets though?
We could try, as people might, decide that they can't make it. We could have we have a waiting list.
All right, Wolf Lakes Park, and it all starts, I can't even read that, 5
At
o'clock?
6:30.
6:30?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Thank
Suzanne
you.
Rodriguez, Michelle,
Thanks
thank you
for
so
having us.
much. I appreciate you coming in, and maybe you can come in again next year and talk about this program. Very interesting topic. That's going to do it for us today on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno. We're back with more on Monday and talking about mom television. That's right. See you then. Have a great weekend.
From the pages of history and the untamed prairies of a young nation comes one of television's and America's most memorable folk heroes.
Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man.
Well, you're Daniel Boone.
Yep. Fess Parker stars as the legendary Daniel Boone, with Ed Ames as his trusty sidekick, Mingo.
Pleasure indeed.
A Kentuckian named Daniel Boone.
That's me.
Watch Daniel Boone weekday mornings at 9, 8 Central on MeTV.